In this video, we'll review what fractions are and the different forms that they can take. A fraction is a way of representing a part of a whole or a ratio between two numbers. There are two parts to a fraction, which are the numerator and the denominator. So the top part is the numerator, and the bottom is the denominator. And these two numbers are separated by a fraction bar, which is that line over there. There are different types of fractions, including proper fractions, improper fractions, and mixed fractions. Proper fractions have a numerator that is smaller than the denominator. So for example, 3 over 5, because the 3 is smaller than the 5. Improper fractions have a numerator that is larger than the denominator. So for example, 5 over 3, since the 5 is greater than the 3. And mixed fractions are expressed as a whole number plus a proper fraction. For example, 2 and 1/3. One of the most common ways of expressing a fraction is in decimal form. Fractions are really just the numerator divided by the denominator, and so they can easily be expressed as a decimal, especially if the denominator is a multiple of 10. For example, 1 over 10 is equal to 0.1, 1 over 100 is equal to 0.01, and so on. Converting to decimals can help you compare different fractions and easily perform operations on them, like addition and subtraction. Another form that fractions can take is percentages. Percentages are just fractions with a denominator of 100. For example, 50% is equal to 50 over 100. Or it can be expressed as a decimal, which is 0.5. Percentages are useful because they are common in real-world situations, such as taxes, discounts, and inflation. Finally, the last form to write a fraction in can be a ratio. A ratio is a way of expressing the relationship between two quantities, but instead of being written as a numerator over a denominator like this, it's just a colon between the two values. For example, 4 over 10 would be 4 to 10, and like the application is that they can be used like to express the relationship between two numbers, like in a recipe or like in population based. For example, they can be comparing 4 cups of sugar for every 10 cups of flour. So all in all, fractions can be expressed in various ways.